क्यों हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब कहाँ किससे हुआ, जिसने ये सब सोचा समझो वो ही होता है युवा। गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स, हम सब लोग आज इकट्ठे हुए हैं एक नए शो वॉइसेस ऑफ यंग ब्रिगेड के साथ। हम लोग जनरली बात करते हैं यूथ इश्यूज की, जिसमें हम लोग यूथ की एंजाइटी को लेकर, पीयर प्रेशर को लेकर, सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स के ओवर यूसेज को लेकर, बुलिंग को लेकर, ड्रग अब्यूज, एल्कोहल यूज, इन सब इश्यूज के बारे में एज पेरेंट्स, एज मेंटर्स, एज टीचर्स और एज सोसाइटी जनरली बात करते हैं। बट हमने कभी सोचा है कि यूथ जो हमारा एडोलेसेंट है वो इन सब चीज़ों को, इन इश्यूज को किस नज़रिए से देखता है। आज इसी सोच के साथ हम लेके आए हैं ये शो वॉइसेस ऑफ यंग ब्रिगेड, और मैं हूँ डॉक्टर पूजा अग्रवाल, आपकी होस्ट आज के इस शो के लिए। हम सब जानते हैं कि सोशल मीडिया एंजाइटी एक ऐसा इशू है जिसमें 97% ऑफ द यूथ वर्ल्ड वाइड अफेक्टेड हो रहा है, चाहे वो कोई सा भी प्लेटफॉर्म क्यों ना हो, फेसबुक, ट्विटर, इंस्टा या यूट्यूब। इसके अलावा इस एंजाइटी की वजह से इन यूथ के कहीं ना कहीं मेंटल और फिजिकल वेलबींग भी अफेक्टेड हो रही है, जिसकी वजह से ये लोग स्ट्रेस में जा रहे हैं और कहीं ना कहीं कुछ बच्चे एक्सट्रीम स्टेप्स, जिसको हम लोग सोचते हैं या कहते हैं, सुसाइड तक पहुंच जाते हैं। इसी टॉपिक आज सोशल मीडिया एंजाइटी के बारे में बात करने के लिए हमारे साथ 5 एडोलेसेंट हैं जो आपके साथ शेयर करेंगे वो क्या सोचते हैं, ये सोशल मीडिया एंजाइटी क्या होती है, इसकी क्या वजह है और इससे हम लोग कैसे बच सकते हैं। जब हम लोग सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स का ओवर यूज़ करते हैं या एक्सेसिव यूज़ करते हैं तो जो एक एंजाइटी की स्टेज हमारे माइंड में क्रिएट होती है उसको हम लोग कहते हैं सोशल मीडिया एंजाइटी सिंड्रोम। इसके सिम्टम्स अगर मैं बोलूँ, जब आप जानना चाहें तो बहुत सिंपल हैं। कोई भी बच्चा या कोई भी इंडिविजुअल जब दिन में 8 घंटे से ज़्यादा किसी भी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर अवेलेबल होता है तो वो इसका एक्सेसिव यूज़ कर रहा है। जब आप किसी फ्रेंड ग्रुप में बैठे हैं या अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ बैठे हैं और आपके अंदर एक इम्पल्सिव फीलिंग आती है कि आप अपने फ़ोन को बार बार चेक करें और सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म पर जाकर देखें कि क्या चल रहा है, ये भी एक सिम्टम है कि आप सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म को एक्सेसिव यूज़ कर रहे हैं। जब आप स्ट्रेंजर्स को अपने फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट में या फॉलोअर लिस्ट में ऐड करते हैं उन्हें बिना जाने समझे, ये भी एक कंपल्सिव सिंड्रोम है सोशल मीडिया एक्सेसिव यूसेज का। इन सब के सिम्टम्स के होते हुए अगर हमें लगता है कि हमें इनसे बचना है, जिससे हमें कोई भी फिजिकल या मेंटल स्ट्रेस नहीं आए, तो जानते हैं ये बच्चे इन सिंड्रोम्स को कैसे टैकल करते हैं और इनसे कैसे बचने की कोशिश करते हैं। सबसे पहले मैं आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करूंगी हमारे आज के पैनलिस्ट से। हमारी पहली पैनलिस्ट हैं मिस राधिका अग्रवाल। ये एसएमएस स्कूल के क्लास 10th की स्टूडेंट है। शी इज़ अ debater and an active participant of MUN. Let's all welcome her, Radhika Agarwal. हमारी आज की सेकंड पैनलिस्ट हैं अनायना सिंघवी। ये एक इंटरनेशनल कथक एंड भवाई डांसर हैं जो जयश्री पेरीवाल इंटरनेशनल स्कूल के 10th क्लास में पढ़ती हैं एंड रिसेंटली शी हैज़ परफॉर्म्ड इन सिंगापुर। लेट्स ऑल वेलकम अनायना ऑन द शो। हमारी थर्ड पैनलिस्ट हैं इच्छा हसानी। She is again a class 10 student of Neerja Modi School and she is also a state level tennis player and a state level dancer. Welcome Ichha on the show. हमारी फोर्थ पैनलिस्ट हैं कुसुम लालवानी। She is a student of Jaishree Periwal International School, also studying in class 10th, and she is often curious to know about the difficulties in individual lives and tries to help others out in solving their problems. Welcome on the show, Kusum.
Thank you.
और हमारे लास्ट और फाइनल पैनलिस्ट हैं केशव पराशर। ये आर्या ग्रुप ऑफ कॉलेजेस के स्टूडेंट हैं एंड ही इज़ अ वीडियो क्रिएटर एंड अ पोएट एंड वर्किंग ऑन हिज ड्रीम ऑफ बिकमिंग एन ऑल राउंडर by giving his best in whatever he does. I welcome you all on the show. Without wasting much of the time, let's all start with the question answer session. मैं आप सबसे एक एक करके एक एक सवाल पूछूंगी। उसके बाद एक रैपिड फायर सेशन है जिसमें हम लोग क्विक प्रॉम्प्ट आपसे आंसर चाहेंगे, उसकी आप जवाब देंगे और आप सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म को कितना यूज़ करते हैं, कैसे यूज़ करते हैं, उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन। Coming to my first question, and my first question is to Radhika Agarwal. Radhika, आप क्या सोचते हैं? How should we handle or prevent social media anxiety?
I mean, all of us are highly aware that we as teenagers cannot completely remove ourselves from social media. It's rooted so deep within us. But what we can actually do is prevent and control our screen time. It is important for us to understand that it's not wrong to use social media sites, but it should not hinder with our mental and social well-being. Something that always works for me is channelizing my energy into doing something better rather than gossiping or spreading rumors or whatever we usually do. And another strategy that really works for me is confiding in my parents, because they create such a safe space for me to actually talk about my problems and concerns. The final strategy that I use and should advise everyone is that you should try finding your interests and hobbies so that you can do something better with your time rather than socializing, rather than surfing on social media and killing your time.
That's very nice. बहुत शॉर्ट में अगर बोलें तो सेल्फ कंट्रोल मुझे समझ आया बहुत ज़रूरी है। उसके लिए आप अपने हॉबीज़ को परस्यू करें, पेरेंट्स के साथ कन्फाइड करें। इससे आपको मदद मिलेगी सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स के एक्सेसिव यूज से बचने के लिए। कमिंग डाउन टू माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू अनायना। अनायना, आप 10th क्लास की स्टूडेंट हैं, तो हाउ डू यू फील दैट सोशल मीडिया इम्पैक्ट्स द एकेडमिक लाइफ ऑफ अ स्टूडेंट?
Of course, it's very evident that social media is impacting our academics because but ये negative में ही नहीं करता. Sometimes it's also positive also, and I feel that social media allows us to learn as well as it has a lot of data and information about what's going on around us and in our lives. So I feel ये इसका एक positive side है. But if we talk about the negative effects, then it's surely something which distracts us while we're studying. Like if we have our phones beside our books, then we usually feel like just opening our social media apps and everything, and it really distracts a lot. And sometimes on social media we do get fake information about a few things, so even that is very that is not at all good for students to be learning about that, and I feel that is impacting our academic life a lot.
तो एकेडमिक लाइफ पे अनायना के हिसाब से इम्पैक्ट तो है, बट जैसे हम कहते हैं सिक्के के दो पहलू हैं होते हैं, अच्छा और बुरा। अच्छा ये है कि ये हमारे एकेडमिक्स में भी हेल्प करता है, बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलती है इसके थ्रू, और नेगेटिव ये है कि ये एक कंपल्सिव प्लेटफॉर्म है जिसे हम ना चाहते हुए भी बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सेसिवली यूज़ करते हैं। कमिंग डाउन टू माई नेक्स्ट पैनलिस्ट इच्छा। Icha, amongst the global pandemic, social media has become commonly used method for connecting with people. So what do you think about it?
I think this statement is really very true. Now these days we can't meet people, we can't go to our relatives' place, we can't just celebrate stuff together. But social media has helped us a lot. We're communicating with each other, making each other feel special, and because of this now we can easily, create. We can, what do you say that? We can connect to each other, and we can easily maintain our bonds and connections and relationships rather than having conflicts in between. So yeah, I mean this is a very good thing for us.
इसके थ्रू हम लोग आजकल जूम बर्थडे पार्टीज और बहुत सारे हैप्पी मोमेंट्स क्रिएट करते हैं, सब लोग तैयार होकर बैठ जाते हैं, और इट्स अ गुड वे ऑफ कनेक्टिंग व्हेन वी कैन नॉट मीट इन पर्सन। And now coming down to my next question, Kusum aapse hai, what are the most commonly used social media sites by the teenagers?
I think the most common is Instagram, which we all use. But more than that, we use Instagram, we use Snapchat, we use WhatsApp, and we forward those messages. We use Tumblr, we use a lot of things, and Twitter. And with that, we also sometimes, come to the constraint of it, and taking a lot of things. Like, it's not important that social media, like Instagram and everything.
So the most common platform used by adolescents is the Instagram, because everyone wants to upload their filtered pictures, right?
Yeah.
So coming next to you, Keshav, do you add strangers to your account? If yes, then why?
Yes, ma'am, I do add strangers to my account, and I find that I do it in a very constructive way, because I do that if I find someone's content very useful, or because there are quite a few people who are doing very great on video platforms like YouTube and Instagram also. And if someone is connecting to me, as I said that I am also creating some videos, I am also working on that, so he or she might like my video. So in order to it's a mutual thing of connection, that if I like your content, I will be following you and I will be learning from you that what exactly are you doing. So it's in that way I connect to strangers, yes ma'am.
So yes, you connect to strangers when you find their content good
And useful.
and useful. So that's the right reason for connecting with the strangers. Yes. And now coming back to Radhika, how does social media impact a student's mental health?
Okay, so we as humans, not just strangers, like not just teenagers, are social creatures. I mean, our natural inclination is to interact and to connect. So, social media and mental health are two things that go hand in hand. And like you mentioned, it's a coin, right? So you can use it either to your advantage or to your disadvantage. You decide that. And if you use it in a positive way, it can really be good for your mental as well as emotional health. It can reduce our anxiety and help us avoid depression and create a sense of security around us. But on the flip side, if social media is not used in the correct manner, it can actually create a feeling of fear of missing out, as we call it FOMO, or anxiety, depression, even suicidal thoughts, and the list goes on. That's just the emotional and coming on to the physical attributes. It can cause us isolation and sleep deprivation, cause us envy, and a lot of things, obesity or maybe even malnutrition. So it is mostly upon us as to how we decide to use our social media.
So again, it just comes down to the same thing. Self-control is the best restraint when we are using this platform. If we want that it is for our benefit, then we should be in a position to control. We should be controlling the social media, not social media should be controlling us. Anayana, coming down to my next question, it's a very difficult question. Do you think is there a possible replacement for social media? If yes, then what is it?
Okay, that's a bit tricky because replacing social media with something, I think phone calling would be, something very efficient as well, because people usually these days, they don't really call because they have their WhatsApp and Instagram to message their friends, even if it's their birthday or any other occasion. So I feel calling is something which has lost these days. So very productive, and yeah, I think video calling and phone calling would be the best alternative.
So, according to you, phone calling and video calling can be a replacement to a limited extent, but cannot just replace the social media. Now, coming down to Icha. Icha, do you think social media leads to peer pressure?
I think yes, social media does lead to peer pressure because, first of all, while being on such sites, we doubt ourselves. We start comparing ourselves from others. We do feel like, okay, if she's doing something, why aren't I doing this? Why is he doing it in this way, or she's doing it in this way, and why am I not doing it? We tend to do something or be something who we're not, and we really, want to be there with them, and we really want to feel the hype, but it's like it's really depends on your mindset, like Radhika said, that how you look at it. But like if you have a clear mindset that I'm going on social media just to have fun and entertainment, so you will be relaxed. But if you think if you really start taking social media seriously and you take it in your day-to-day life, you're seriously gonna be in serious trouble. So it's really like how you look at it and how you deal.
So yes, the teenagers do feel the peer pressure while using this platform. स्पेशली मैंने भी रियलाइज़ किया है, बहुत से टीनेजर्स ब्लॉगर्स को फॉलो करते हैं और इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को फॉलो करते हैं, जो वो यूज़ करते हैं प्रोडक्ट्स, उनको यूज़ करना चाहते हैं और नहीं कर पाते हैं या उनके जैसे नहीं लग पाते हैं, तो इट लीड्स टू अननेसेसरी स्ट्रेस एंड एंजाइटी. सो दिस इज़ ऑल्सो वन रीज़न विच आई हैव रियलाइज्ड इज एडिंग ऑन टू दी प्रेशर इन द यूथ. And coming to Kusum, do you feel that use of social media is a waste of time?
See, use of social
I
media.
want an honest answer in that.
I think yes, it is. Because when I use it, I kind of, waste my time by watching some reels, watching some videos which are really not productive. I actually waste a ton of time. But it actually depends on you, how you take your time productive. If you're using it in a positive way and if you want to be a dancer and you're using those videos to perform to yourself, then that can be productive and that can be honest to yourself that you're doing something good. But when you take it in a negative way and you're wasting your time, when your boards coming up, you have so many things and not taking the attention to this, but actually watching something on the Instagram or any other social media, then that can be a waste of time. And according to me, sometimes it is a waste of time for everybody because you need some entertainment in your life, and for that you kind of waste of your time.
Basically, then it is the use without keeping a watch on time,
Exactly.
which ultimately results to waste of time. Keshav, coming down to you, how often do you find yourself changing your profile pictures or the posts?
Ma'am, to be very honest, it depends on how the pictures are. If the pictures are good, then I will change it every day. But looking at the past, I change it once a month because that's how when we get good pictures. So yeah, I will say once a month or twice a month.
That's not too much.
That's not too
That's
much.
not too much. So coming back to Radhika, do you have a feeling of fear of missing out, as we all call the FOMO factor?
I mean, to be completely honest and raw with you, I do. And I feel like it's something that we as teenagers have completely normalized, that it's okay for us to have a feeling of missing out. And let me boil it down to you for an example. For example, I'm at a family wedding and it's one of my closest friends' birthday, so my friends are out partying and I'm at my family wedding stuck with my parents. So, right, at the back of my head, I'll constantly be thinking about them and hence not be able to enjoy where I am right now. So, for me, a way to prevent that is to honestly slow down. Like, there's so much going around us right now, and it's important for us to understand that we cannot be everywhere. So let's just enjoy where you are right now. And another way is to create honest and true friends, like who would create a sense of security amongst you and not hold a certain event you want at against you. Something like that. So yeah.
So yes, the urge to do too many things at the same time is the reason behind having this fear of missing out. Anayana, now coming down to you with my next question, do you find yourself using social media to conceal your loneliness?
Of course, everyone does, and I mean, like most of us do that just because, like, if, like Radhika said that if you're at a marriage, if you're attending a marriage, over there, if you like don't really know anyone, then what you do is you open your social media sites and you like chat with your friends or just surf. So I think yeah, but if you make a schedule that I'll only use social media for a certain time, and if you'll spend your like whenever you feel lonely, I feel you should pursue your hobbies at that time, and I think that could be a possible way to
Stay out of
social media.
excessive use of social media. Icha, coming down to you now, do you find yourself pretending to be someone which you are actually not on social media sites?
I would be honest with you. I honestly don't, because I have been through a lot of stuff because of social media. So now I've like learned something कि value उसी की होती है जो original होता है, क्योंकि original होता है. So there's no sense of you being someone else on social media, and apparently when you meeting that person in real life and then you just seeing another side of that person and you'll be like, oops, I just got trapped. I mean, it's better if you be honest with yourself and just be satisfied and happy like where you are, and I guess that's the best.
Nice. So you are not pretending to be someone else what you are not on social, which is a very nice thing to stay away from this social media anxiety. Kusum, coming down to you, how do you control your screen time?
Honestly, when I said earlier that I used a lot of time wasting and everything, so the best key is time management. When you get your free time, rather than wasting on Instagram, maybe you could do something really useful and something good for you. And you can take your time to the social media when you're really free, and when you're out of everything and you just give 5 to 10 minutes to it, and when you're like okay, which also does not damage your eyes or any other health effect. Plus, using your time correctly is only the best way to decrease your screen time.
So you have to be conscious in how you're using your screen time. That is the only way you can manage your social media anxiety factor. Keshav, coming down to you, what do you think the world without social media would be like in today's scenario?
I mean, it will be summarizing the whole discussion. What I feel is that like everything has its own boons and banes. Social media also has some advantages and disadvantages. If we talk about the advantages and what exactly the world will look like if we do not have social media, we will not know some of the best people who are out there. We will never know who Elon Musk is, because it's because of social media where we are getting to know what exactly he does. We will never know who Gary Vee is. We will never know such Indian good creators like Ranveer Alabadia. He's an entrepreneur and he's doing so well in the field of social media. He's motivating other people to do some great things. One of the people is Agarwal. He's doing really good for students. So I feel like we will never get to know about such people. So it really depends on a person how he uses it, because it's all about self-control. If you have self-control, you will use it in a constructive way, and if you are not in your self-control, then whatever the situation is, you are going to ruin yourself. So it quite depends on how the person is. World is going to be progressive anyhow. So social media, I cannot really imagine a world without social media.
So there cannot be a world without social media in today's time.
Yes, ma'am.
So coming down to our next session, this is a quick response session. I would want all of you to answer the questions honestly and very quickly so that we get the real answers. Starting with Keshav. Okay. So Keshav, how many times do you post in a week?
In a week, not in a week, I will say it in a month. That I post twice a month.
Twice a month, okay. Have you ever felt the need to change something about yourself? And if yes, what?
No, I never felt like that. I not felt like that because of social media, but in person only, that I'm wasting my time on other things, so I will try to not waste my time, but not related to social media.
One FOMO experience of yours?
One FOMO experience. Right now I cannot remember a FOMO experience. Yeah, it happened much like that only, that my school friends are enjoying somewhere else and I'm in a family gathering, so it must be like that.
That would be one. This or that, posting on the social media or having a peaceful dinner for your party, with your family?
Ma'am, I do that only. I go for a peaceful dinner with my family.
Family, okay. Coming down to you, Kusum. Have you ever felt the need to change something about yourself? If yes, what?
No, never. I don't think I should be changing myself because of some people who think that I am not good as myself. No. It's not good. No.
Okay. And one FOMO experience of yours?
I think the same, but also, same, when I'm spending my time with my family, but not my friends.
So it generally happens when you are with your family, you happen because you miss your friends. It's never the other way around. When you are with your friends, you're missing on your family.
No,
never. How many times do you post in a week?
Not in a week. I do not even do post in a month because it's not like good for me. I feel like it's not a good fit or something like that. So in a year, 2 to 3 times.
Oh, that's very, very irregular. This or that, posting on a social media or having a peaceful dinner with your family?
Peaceful dinner with my family.
Oh. So all the kids we have today are very, very sincere and have a lot of self-control.
Yet feel FOMO.
Okay, coming down to you, Anayana. One FOMO experience of yours?
Okay, so being like if there's a vacation plan and if my friends are planning it to go somewhere and if I have a plan to go with my parents, then I guess that's the time when I feel.
It's again the friends over the family. Have you ever felt the need to change something about yourself? If yes, what?
Okay, so no, I haven't because I think that you are perfect yourself and you don't have to change yourself. But yeah, improvement
For the
in
betterment.
something is always good. So yeah, yeah.
And how many times do you post in a week?
It depends on events. Like if there's an event today, then I'll be posting once a week, and yeah, once a week.
Once a week we'll go. This or that, posting on a social media or having a peaceful dinner with the family.
Dinner.
Dinner with the family. Nobody wants to post when they're having dinner. Food comes, this is the priority. Coming down to you, Radhika, one former experience of yours.
So most of my friends live in Vishali and I actually live like far from that. So these guys just like cycle up and meet up. So I feel forward on a daily basis, kind of like that. Yeah.
So either you'll have to cycle up to Vishali or you'll have to shift
I
to
don't know how to
Vishali.
cycle.
And how many times do you post in a week?
Whenever my best friend's at my place and she clicks pictures of mine. So that just depends.
That's once in a week, once in a month.
Once, not even once in a month. Yeah.
Not even once in a month. So the students we have, kids we have, they do not even post once in a week, which is a very good thing. I think I post more frequently than them. Have you ever felt the need to change something about yourself? If yes, then what?
Like Anayana said, social media can be a push for you in a good sense for you to improve and for me to be better. Like I have my flaws and I accept that. So if social media, I can generate social media in a sense that it makes me better as a person. Yeah, I'd like to change that.
Okay. And this or that, posting on a social media or having
Family
a peaceful
dinner.
dinner, family dinner. Everyone loves food when it comes to having food or the media. And coming down to you, Icha, now, what is your FOMO experience?
I guess we would say the same. It's always friends or family. Somewhere we do think that we're missing out something. The vibe we have with our friends is not the vibe we have with our family. It takes time to create.
I think it has got to do with the age factor. Huh?
Yeah, it is definitely.
Maybe the age that you're passing through makes you feel more closer to friends than to your family.
Yeah.
And how many times do you post in a week?
I don't post in a week. I guess I'll
Not
post.
even on Insta. When I say post, it means all the platforms that we are using.
No, I'm only on Instagram and Snapchat. So for pictures, I guess I'll post in like a month. अगर अच्छी और आ गई तो फिर 2 months में ऐसे depends.
Okay. Have you ever felt the need to change something about yourself? If yes, then what?
As Keshav said, not because of social media. It's always because if someone's telling me that no, you have this thing and I guess you can work on it, so I'll work on it, but never because of social media.
Okay. And this or that, posting on a social media or having a peaceful dinner with your family. Peaceful dinner. So all of them have virtually the same answers for the rapid fire section that we have. So it has been a great session with you all, knowing what exactly the youth feel, and I feel very happy to share that somehow we do feel connected with you, though we keep on talking about the generation gap. There is always a generation gap and you people don't feel the way we feel and look at things, but after interacting with all of you, I personally feel that yes, deep down in our hearts we all feel the same way, look at the things in the same perspective and have the same opinion about the things. So आज के इस डिस्कशन के बाद हमें ये समझ आया कि जो हम सोचते हैं जनरेशन गैप है यूथ और हमारी सोच में, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. यूथ भी वही सोचता है. एक्सेसिव यूज ऑफ एनीथिंग, बी इट सोशल मीडिया, कैन बी वेरी वेरी हार्मफुल, एंड दीज पीपल आर कॉन्शियस ऑफ द फैक्ट एंड दे ऑल्सो नो दैट सेल्फ कंट्रोल एंड सेल्फ रिस्ट्रेन इज द ओनली वे to handle social media anxiety in the long run.